right, welcome back to another exciting episode of Stardom Bed'em Fantasy Football, where fantasy meets gambling. I'm your host, Brendan Shelly. I'm okay. The Eagles lost. I'm all right. But Dan's here. Dan Ambrose. Dan, tell me some good news. I got it out before you could troll me.
Yeah, it's good because I did have something, but maybe I'll leave it later. I was wrong, but I feel like I was right. I kind of feel decent about that. No way the 2 seats. Well, I'll take that back. Patriots look good. No way the Bears should have won that game against the Packers. And the fact that
they did.
The fact that LaFleur still has a job is, I think, what's wrong with America today. So I don't know how you can.
That's a bold statement, and I respect it.
You can be that shitty at your job and still keep it.
Yeah, I can't argue that, and he's pretty consistently shitty too. He's classic. This is the second time versus the same team. You think
it would within 3 weeks?
Yeah, I agree with you. With that, I mean, all these other firings, you want to get into them? We kind of called all of them.
Yeah,
it's not like it's a monumental discussion, but Harbaugh got signed today. You know,
I saw that. So we were probably one of the first podcasts to talk about that week 17 or whatever that was.
Yep, and I had to investigate it. I thought you were calling bullshit, and you were right all the way. So great call on that one. I don't know what you read, but send me more of that shit because it was right on. Yeah, and I mean, we did okay with our picks. We actually did really good. We cleaned up the one day. I know we won 2.8 units. So pretty strong weekend for me. Even our picks, I was afraid of my Eagles. You knew San Fran would cover. So I thought the Eagles had a chance of losing, a strong chance because of the coaching. And in the end, what'd I tell you?
Yeah,
it was the coaching and the offensive line.
When we recorded, that game was still at 4.5, I think. And by the time we were done, like a day or two later before the games, it jumps to 6. I'm like, that's weird. So I mean, there was people out there who thought otherwise. Right? And I at the same time, I ended up taking the 49ers at +6 too, and it was great. But the Eagles did not look good.
They looked like all season.
Yeah,
if you've watched every one of their games, you would know this is the product. I mean, you're not. I don't know. I thought maybe they'd get it together for the playoffs, but I also knew who their offensive coordinator was and also knew of the success and struggles they had this season. So it's all built around the trenches, buddy. And the Eagles were ranked, I think, in the 20s of offensive line where they're perennially 1 or 2. So win games in trenches, Eagles didn't capitalize. Here we are. Any other, the Houston game was hilarious. We knew that was going to happen. I think Aaron Rodgers might never want to watch a football game again, let alone play in one.
Yeah, that game went pretty much exactly how I anticipated it. It was a little slow start to get there, though. They were in it for a long time.
Way too long.
The end.
Yeah. That's because of Stroud doing his thing, you know? Yeah, that was interesting. And it's just crazy. They don't even... somehow Woody Marks broke 100 yards. Did you watch that game? It felt like he was getting 2 yards, 3 yards.
Yeah, when he broke that touchdown at the end, and they're like, "He got 100 yards." I'm like, "What?"
The whole time, what do you have? 50 rushes? What am I seeing here? I remember that announcement too. The same exact moment, I thought, what the hell? So yeah, I'm with you. Josh Allen, he came through. Beat the Jacksonville Jaguars. That was against what I thought would happen. I did think Jags could pull it off, and as the game went on, I thought the Jags still had it.
Yeah, I still thought. Yeah, I felt like the Jags kind of lost that one.
They did.
Bills looked all right too. Don't get me wrong. I think next year for the Jags is going to be interesting. Travis Hunter, when he comes back, what are they doing? Because if I remember right, Parker, Washington was kind of the replacement for Hunter, right? Played more after Hunter got out. Be interesting. I didn't think Hunter was overly great, but it'd be a good body to have out there. But they seem to have a lot of weapons currently.
They did.
Receiving positions. So.
I said earlier, I stand behind it. Jacoby Myers was the trade of the season. I think he put the Jaguars to that echelon that made me think that they could beat the Buffalo Bills. Yeah. So also, did you see the press conference? It's going viral. I hate it.
With the lady.
Yeah. Shut up.
Yeah.
He lost. You know what I mean? Yeah, hold your head up high, sir. Yeah, I mean, nobody cares. Congrats,
that reminded me of the Paul Rhodes, old Iowa State coach. He made some speech about being so proud. It was
awkward.
Terrible. They went fucking 3-9 that year or something.
Liam Cohen looked like he was going to cry. Sure. I mean, there's a lot of emotion. I can't imagine the amount of effort he's put into this.
I think the hardest thing in sport. is, we rag on them all the time and we send clips of interviews and stuff like that. But I can't imagine having a shitty day at work, and as soon as I walk out the door, someone in my face asking me all these questions about what just happened.
That's
Like,
true.
you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that has got to be one of the hardest things in the world to do. In fact, I almost wish they wouldn't even talk to the losing team until like the next day.
Well, that's why, like college, they can protect the kids. You know, they keep them away from those press conferences. Some of those coaches
Yeah.
push to not have their kids on the podium. I like that.
Right.
I respect that.
Yep, for sure.
Or you can just be AJ Brown and just not show up for your press conference. That seems to be a good move.
Well, that was kind of
Yeah.
the story of the season. So,
Yep.
I'm sure
Man. Chargers, Patriots. I don't even want to talk about that. Chargers just.
Yeah.
I told you it was going to be a close game. And I also, by the way, we killed it with the unders. We were under by a half point on the fucking Jags game. Thank God. And we were under on that New England's point by like 30 points. I mean, that was the pick of the year. I was like, I don't know why this is so high. And we were dead on. But it did not go the way I wanted it to. I thought it'd be the other way. I thought it'd be like 20 to like 8 or 9. And, you know what I mean? I'm serious. And did not work out that way at all. I don't like.
Herbert did not look good. I mean,
No.
you can say what you want. The
Offensive
line was terrible, as we expected, I guess. But that was worse than bad. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. It shouldn't have been
Honestly,
that bad.
I think the Patriots defense actually looked better than the Texans defense.
You think so?
Yeah, that game.
Yeah.
Just in that game.
Yeah.
Matched up the matchups. I think the Steelers had a little bit stronger in the trenches. There was no offensive production, but at the same time, I mean, that game was epic. That was epic. Seeing Rodgers get knocked on the ground like a rag doll repeatedly. I can watch previews of that shit all month, I'm telling you. Oh, I can't wait for his darkness this offseason. It's going to be great while he ponders his future. Cannot
so speaking
wait.
of pondering futures, Tomlin stepping down.
Yes. You know what? It wasn't shocking, but at the same time, I was like, God damn. I don't know if that makes sense. It's almost like, I think a change was needed. And I think the Harbaugh, by the way, I thought it was a mutual agreement. Apparently they fired him over the phone. I heard there was a mutual
Harbaugh.
Yeah. He didn't even do it in person. They called him.
Yeah.
And they told him.
Well, I mean, there was a little bit.
That. Yeah.
If we knew by week 17 that there was already discussions being had with the Giants.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe they felt slighted too, and they're like, whatever. You're not on board, then go ahead.
He can't though. That would have been tampering. He apparently, I don't think he couldn't have had a conversation, right? Yeah.
Sure. Maybe
it's like Jonathan Gannon.
Maybe his agent had a conversation.
Yes, that's probably what happened. Or he could have been dumb like Jonathan Gannon, and then he's going to have to sacrifice picks if he goes to the Giants. Giants might owe picks now to the Ravens. We'll see what happens this offseason if they investigate. They do that. Yeah, but otherwise, any surprises this week? Injuries, anything you want to talk about?
Well, I mean, Kittle getting hurt. That sucks for the 49ers. It just gets shittier for them. We'll see if Warner comes back. I guess there's a possibility, but I don't think he does. That game, we'll talk about it a little bit, but I think it has potential to be really good, or kind of like the Chargers game last week too. Yep. So we'll see.
All right, let's hit them. Let's go for this weekend.
All right, we'll start with the first game. Saturday, Bills traveling to Denver to play the Broncos. Broncos currently -1. I've been seeing that number fluctuating back and forth. Over-under's at 46, which is the second highest total of the weekend. I will say from my end, I am all about the Bills in this game. And I don't know if I'm comfortable with that, to be honest with you. It may need to be the Broncos. The numbers are really, really close right now. It's like almost a toss up, which is why the spread is what it is. And I will be honest with you, slightly is leaning towards the Broncos, but I'm going to take Josh Allen in this. And
all right.
I'm going to take Josh Allen in this and stick to my guns that I don't think that the 1 seeds are going to win, which might change.
So this is the game where I disagree with you. I think the Denver Broncos win this game. I really do. I think Sean Payton's got him ready to win, and he's got a ready to win mindset. So here's some of the bets to back up. I did Bo Nix over 1.5 touchdowns at plus 123. To stay in this game, they're going to have to sling it a little bit. Jordan Humphrey, over a half yards. That's it. And it's Lil Jordan Humphrey. I just want Al Michaels to come out and call this game somehow so I can be excited again. We did rushing and receiving combined. Marvin Mims over 24.5 at plus 128. And then I sprinkled a little Matt Prater over 7.5 points at plus 116. That is a Bills bet. Outside of that, I don't really, I like Allen, Josh Allen, his longest rush to be over 13.5 yards. So those are my picks this game. They kind of jive, though, with the lack of wide receivers and offense for the Bills. And, I put everything on paper, and I think about that offense. If you don't have a Dalton Kincaid game where he steps up and makes big plays, he's screwed. I mean, you saw Brandon Cooks come out of nowhere last week again. I mean, it's just, by the way,
that's
Adam
not a
Thielen,
bad thing, right?
By the way, the Steelers game, we should have bet Adam Thielen. We're laughing. We had a good old time. He went over, no problem. But going back to Brandon Cooks, another obscure former All-Pro, he looked good. He actually looked pretty good last week. He looked like he was gelling with Allen, and he had a good opportunity.
That's what they need, right? You need someone to step up. And so maybe this is his coming out party again.
Yeah. Or you could just go with the over 9 catches or whatever the shit it is for Khalil Shakur. I'm not touching that. It's over 7.5 right now, at minus 110 or something. I mean, it's like, what do you do? Who else are you going to throw to there? I mean, he has no choice. So that is my picks. And like I said, they back up a Broncos win. It really does. I think Josh Allen's going to be limited with his receivers. The Broncos have phenomenal secondary. We know how good their secondary is. And what's going to happen is his receivers that have not stepped up, they're going to be shut down, and he's going to have to check down, or he's going to have to run. And that's where that over 13.5, I love that bet. So, yeah, that's my pick.
I just love that Bo Nix is the quarterback. So that is what I'm betting on being terrible.
Okay. You know what? He's a game manager. That's kind of what he is. You know what I mean? He was great in Oregon and, getting 73, 74% of completions, whatever he was in college. I think he's the most accurate quarterback in college, isn't he?
Played something 7 years, so you got some
yeah, but he had a lot of reps too.
But I don't think he was 73%.
It was just one season, I think. Yeah, I think it was. But either way, he can put it where it needs to go, and he has the legs to make things happen, Dan. I know you don't like the Broncos, so I think the Broncos win this, though, man. I really do. I'm sorry. I think they win by 2 or 3. I think it's still a close game, but I got the Broncos in this.
I hope you lose. Next game is San Francisco. I don't know. They're probably taking 17 guys up there, but playing the Seahawks. Game opened, I think, on Sunday, if I remember correctly. It was at 4, and then Kittle got hurt. All that stuff coming out, jumped to 7. So they did get off that number, but
it's a 7.5 right now.
Really want to take the 49ers. I just don't know if I can. I see Darnold's questionable, but they think he's going to play. I would laugh if he didn't. I actually made a comment to one of my friends that he's probably in his best interest not to play, so we don't repeat what happened last year.
He's going out and making out with all the college girls again, trying to get mono. That's what he's trying to do. Remember, he was out with mono early in his career. I'll never forget that. For our listeners that actually watch the YouTube videos, hopefully you'll laugh with me when I do that, guys. I got some bets here. I love Zach Charbonnet. He's continued to make his money. Totally undervalued by the books still. That San Fran defense is in shambles. I mean, let's be honest about it. But they held the Eagles. They played well, but the Eagles their offense sucks. So I did Zach Charbonnet over 9.5 yards receiving. It's an even money. I mean, he's a third down back, and he's got good hands. Rashid Shaheed, over 23.5 yards. That's at plus money, too. So I like that bet. And then finally, Demarcus Robinson, whatever you want, I might bet that. I don't know. I've been looking at him. They don't even post his bets right now because of how weird that one pop-up was last week. I think it continues. He was the only guy actually getting open last week. I mean, you watched the game.
Yeah.
It was incredible. So without Demarcus Robinson doing the things he did, they would have lost that game. And I think he continues it this week. Whether or not it wins them the game, I don't think so. Actually, I think they have a chance. They do.
So
they really do.
I'm more worried about the 49ers defense than I am Kittle not playing, right? I get it. Kittle's great and everything like that, but they've played a lot of games without him.
Tong's great. So, Tong is. I still can't say his name. He's great.
So I guess my question is, What's the status on Ricky? Is he just out? I know
He's
he
out
had some
again.
issues.
Yeah, he's
I
out
don't.
again.
Was he questioning? He's out this game as well.
I have no props on him, so I'm assuming he's out. Remember, the books always know when people are injured before the coaches know. So, yeah, I don't see him on here. I thought about that's what I'm saying. DeMarcus Robinson's what makes sense. I think they're waiting to see on the clearance of Pearsall, and then we'll post his. So, in the meantime, you have Jake Tongas. We talked about him. I wouldn't mind doing receptions with him. He's probably at 3.5. Let's see what he is at. He is sitting at 3.5 at minus 170. I don't like the juice there. If we went up to 4.5, he's at plus 128. So for your gamblers out there, I don't like that bet, but there's value in that. 4.5 catches at plus 128, especially if Ricky Pearsall's out. That seems like a smart bet.
Well, I don't like
other
this.
than that.
I'm looking on one of the, I guess, beat writer pages for the Niners. The article is 49ers are practically begging Ricky Pearsall to return from injury for Seahawks.
Wow, that's crazy. I love it when this happens. Yes. I bet they are. Shanahan's at his house, like out front of his front door, holding the boom box. He's pulling the say anything. All the young kids listening to this are like, what the hell is he talking about? But classic guys, John Cusack. All right. But definitely that's what Shanahan's doing right now. Just holding that boom box in the rain. Come on out, Ricky, because they are in trouble. Juwan Jennings is playing, and I don't know. He never does it for me. He's either hit or miss, and doesn't do it for me. Yeah, I don't know. And other than that, with these bets, I was looking at Elijah Arroyo. He's pretty good bets, but I like AJ Barner too. That might be a fun one. I think he's at 30, 40 yards too. Not enough for me. So
I really think the Niners this offseason need to go find a receiver.
You know what? It's crazy too. 2 years ago, we were not having that conversation. Juwan Jennings stepped up, had a decent season. You have Brandon
Ayuk was there.
Ayuk. Yeah, they gave him. Yep.
Samuel.
And they took Pearsall. You know what I mean? So it was like they had 4 wide receiver ones almost at that point in some people's minds. Juwan Jennings was not at that point. Could be one maybe now.
I think Ayuk is probably about done.
Somebody.
So I don't.
Well, he's done with the Niners for sure.
Yeah,
he's definitely done with the Niners. Yeah, he's persona non grata there.
So
yeah, I don't know. What do you think happens in this game though? The Niners, and where are you going to go with? Like, you didn't really get into it.
I don't really know. I want to take the +7. Honestly, if Ricky plays, I take the 7, and probably the line's probably not 7 anymore. It's probably like 6.5 or whatever. But I will feel a lot more comfortable if he has another weapon. If not, I think it's going to be ugly. And the Seahawks probably win.
Yeah, unfortunately, I agree. Yep. And good season. Like I said, I think Shanahan can make a case for coach of the year with all the injuries they've had. I really feel that way. Him or D'Amico Ryans. Yeah. Vrabel is my coach of the year, by the way. I just want to put that clear as day.
I lost a lot of respect for him Sunday after he doesn't go for 2. They score a touchdown. They go up 15-3, and he thinks kicking the extra point to get to 16 makes more sense than going for 2 to get to 17. I can't.
He was a linebacker.
I can't do it anymore. I can't do it anymore with these coaches. Like it's crazy how stupid they just become.
I think the evolution of statistics almost there's no more gut feelings. If you make a gut feeling, people think you're an asshole.
What's the gut feeling? Like, what do you get from being up?
There's nothing. But if it works out, you look brilliant.
Being up 13 over 12, or you know what I mean?
I know. I hear you, man. It's just there's no reasoning to it. It's just stupidity. You're right. Yeah. But coaching, I mean, the voting had already ended. So you get a team. Yeah. So
he's gonna win.
Get your team at 14 wins.
What he did, what Shanahan did with the team this year. I mean, great.
I agree. I very, very warranted for him, there's a couple good coaches, and this next game, in my opinion, has both. You got Houston and you have New England. D'Amico Ryan's always the case for him. You had Stroud out for a few games this season, might have helped him, even though Davis Mills didn't play well, played serviceable. But that defense and the way he's got that locker room, I love it. Ben Johnson's another candidate to me. There's a lot. All these coaches that have made it to this round at this point, some of them are coaches of the year to me.
I think that the interesting thing about last week too, that Jaguars winning Week 18, I think actually hurt them winning the division to play the Bills, because I think the Jaguars could have beaten the Steelers. It would have flipped, right? They would have been in the Texans spot. So it just would have been interesting to see how that would have went. Texans, Patriots -3. I'm seeing it juiced now at -120.
What's the over-under on this? 7?
40.5. Yeah, it's the lowest one for sure. I don't know why I feel this
Why
way.
isn't that not 35?
I don't know, but I kind of feel like there might be an offensive explosion.
That would be awesome. I don't know. That's just a confusing line to me. 40.5. I mean, if you have the two top defenses in the playoffs playing each other, I mean, you're expecting a slugfest. You're not expecting a shootout. So obviously the books 40.5 to me is a lot of points. It seems trappy. So I'm going to go over on that.
I don't think there's any way. I don't think there's any way possible that Stroud can play as bad as he did Monday night. I think he had 4 turnovers.
He did, correct.
Yeah.
Fumble. Did he have 2 fumbles or 1?
2 fumbles and then
that's right, and 2 interceptions.
Maybe 3 fumbles and an interception. It was ugly. Like, I don't know how he can play that bad. And they still
did everything he could to lose the game.
Yeah, and they still scored 30 points.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's crazy. I don't know, man. When Nico Collins out and that Patriots defense, they're one of the highest blitzing teams in the NFL. You saw what happened to the Chargers when Herbert was under attack like that. Stroud is not as good a quarterback as Herbert. And mind you, the Texans offensive line is much better than the Los Angeles, I almost call them San Diego, the Chargers offensive line. So I give them that, but this Stroud, man, he gets those happy feet when they come at him and he makes dumb decisions. So I'm stacking the box every play, just hitting him in the mouth, man. I'm gonna
so
go
you
after
think that you feel like the Patriots win this convincingly then?
No,
I don't.
No,
hate
I think
it.
it's.
I don't
I
think
think it's. I think the bottom line. I think it's like 21 to like 15 Patriots. 19 to 14. Dan, I'll get away from 15.
You're like right? Chris Berman with his fucking scores on ESPN when he would do the Swami thing.
Oh, they're
or
obscure.
whatever.
And I said 8 points earlier too. You didn't even say anything. I was waiting for you to be like, "What? Say we have a safety? Like, what are you talking about? Or go for a conversion? What are you doing here?" I think this game's a slugfest, but this over-under confuses me. And then I went back on it and did the whole 19 to 14. I'm still going to bet the over, dude. I think 40.5 is a trap, and I'm going to take the over just because I want to bet the under. I'm not kidding. I know it sounds crazy. Listeners,
yeah. I mean, everybody talks
don't
about
follow
that,
but
two defenses banging each other out, right? But it's not going to happen.
Right. So something's wrong with this game. And to be honest, maybe we do go for some offensive players. I know our biggest bet of the week last week was Xavier Hutchinson. That was my pick of the week. And that came out real early in the game. And I even doubled down on that one as the game progressed. So that worked out really well. Maybe we go for Hutch again. He seems to be good old reliable for CJ Stroud. He never gets the respect from the books. So let's see what he's at right now. What do you think of this game? Like, who do you think wins this?
So Nico plays. I felt a lot more confident with Texans potentially. Obviously, that's not the case. Patriots look good, man. They're just beating the shit out of everybody. And they play really good football, and they seem to all like each other, which is, I think, kind of a rarity as well.
They really do. And this is fun. Ones of you for Drake May is at 1 interception is at even money for that Texans defense, and then on the same thing on the other side, Stroud is only 1 interception is minus 112. That might be the pick of the game. You know what I mean?
I don't think so. I think he got all the turnovers out of them.
Well, I'll tell you what, D'Amico Ryans probably beat the shit out of him this week. So he
whatever
was not out of him came out of him this week.
Yeah, he may not pass. I mean, that's
but what are they going to do? Woody Marks is going to get past that big Patriots defensive line. You got Nick Chubb. What are you going to do?
A lot of end around passes.
Yeah,
Woody Marks is going to have to throw 100 yards and rush 100 yards.
Mondre Stevenson, by the way, too. Thank you. You helped us last week because you kept Travian Henderson off the field again. That was a good call. Very easy. Under on Travian Henderson. That was a good one. Maybe we do that again too, dude. That worked out pretty well. So let's see what Travian Henderson's sitting at here. Rushing and receiving.
4.5.
Yeah, that's too low. He was at 60 last week or 70.
Well, rushing and receiving, 44.5.
I like him at 49.5. It's at 49.5 at plus 104.
Shop your books.
Correct. So under is at minus 112. I like the value on that. So we'll go Travian Henderson under 50 yards rushing and receiving.
Drake May rushing attempts 6.5. I mean, he averages 6.3, but seems like a lot.
That is a lot, and you got to be careful with this defense. I'm sure Vrabel's going to be like, you get the yards when you can, but don't be an idiot. Right. I guarantee that's the pep talk that this guy's getting every minute of his life. Great call, by the way, Dan, by Kayshon Boutte. Way to go, buddy. He looked great.
I mean, you got to eventually you got to cash. You lose on them for 4 straight weeks. I mean, eventually you got to be right.
That's a very good point. The kids didn't do much. Like I said, Xavier Hutchinson was the way to go. They picked up on that. Now it's reversed. The kids are now 8.5 yards for Jalen Knoll, and Hutchinson went from over 5.5 last week to over 25.5 this week. So a little bit of a boost for him. I'm going to stay away from that one. Maybe we go rookie Kyle Williams over 4.5 yards. I do like that. He's a slot receiver. He also gets on the outside here and there. Doesn't get on the field as much as I like, but it might work out. And then Christian Kirk. I mean, you got to pretend that Nico Collins is out, right? And Christian Kirk is at over 37.5 receiving yards. To me, that's the pick of the game. I mean, he's the only guy that was reliable last game in terms of Shroud, like looking and connecting consistently with somebody.
Don't count out the Iowa State boys. You got Hutchinson, Higgins, and Knoll out there. So
Yeah,
it's crazy for me to even think that there's 3 Iowa State wide receivers on a team, or even in the NFL, let alone on a team.
It's crazy, but you know that high-powered offense there. Remember that produced Breece Hall too.
Oh yeah, you know? I mean, yeah, your boy going to Penn State now too. So there you go.
Yep, yeah, I know. I don't want him. So, all right. So Christian Kirk,
friends with your other boy. I'm talking about Sirianni and Campbell.
Oh, it makes it even worse. Yeah,
they're
makes
like
it even worse.
Frat brothers or something. That's probably.
Oh yeah, true, you can tell. Yes. Yeah. If Nick was not named Nick, he'd be a Chad, Thad, or Brad. Like
I think
he
so.
Just has he just has that pop collar look. Yep. So we're gonna go with I'm gonna spin it back to Christian Kirk over 37.5 yards for this game. That's my pick of the game. I like that a lot. I'm gonna find some others. I'll post them on X. But
what about this one? Christian Kirk, longest reception. What would you say it would be at?
22.5 yards. You
should bet it. 17.5.
I don't know, man. That's not enough margin for me to be like, hell yeah. I'm doing 37.5 yards. I'll get it. If he breaks a 1 for 38, I'll be happy. If he gets 4 for 10, I'll be thrilled with that too. So I'll just stick with mine. Right. That's the way to do it. Otherwise, I think everybody on this game, I don't see any others that yell at me like, oh my God, this is a great bet. I don't know. Do you see anything that says bet me?
No. Again, no. It's just
it's a confusing game for me, everybody, and that goes back to the over/under mixed with the 2 best defenses in the playoffs in my mind.
I might dabble on the over. Let's do it.
Yeah, it's a trap.
Tells me that you're right. Like, and everyone keeps talking about.
They want you to bet the under.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, we might have this thing won by halftime.
You know what's crazy? It goes to that like whole car salesmanship. Like, I mark a car for 20,000. Nobody's going to buy it. 1999. People are going to come, and It's the same shit. People are betting the under because of that 40.5. In reality, something's aloof here, Dan. If it was 39.5, people might fire on the over. But I'm telling you, because it's best defenses, people are thinking, oh, they're going to be under. So let's go over 40.5. We'll do it. Then we're going to pay for it.
I know, right? So from one extreme to the other extreme, when it comes to over-unders, we'll go to the last game, which is Rams-Bears. Bears continue to just do what they do. I can't even say they're lucky anymore because they just keep doing it week in, week out. Minus 3.5, the Rams on the road going to Chicago. Over-unders 48.5 here. I don't like the Rams in this spot for some reason at all.
Interesting. I think the Rams should win this
by
agree. 10. By 10.
100% agree.
Easily. But the Bears, dude, I kind of got a man crush on Ben Johnson. Every time I watch one of his press conferences where he's like, fuck the Packers, or these handshakes with LaFleur, I like it. I respect the guy more and more. Early in the season, he throws his shirt off, gets the team pumped up. A little weird, but I was like, okay. You see the locker room, they react to him. They're winning for Ben Johnson. And it's funny when you see, did you watch the post-game press conference? Johnson does this thing, and then Caleb Williams takes it, and it deflates the room. It was very interesting. I don't know if you got to get a chance. You got to watch that. But the whole momentum moving forward, I think I could see the Bears winning this. I don't know which way to go. 3.5 means the books don't know which way to go. But if I were to pick, I'm picking the Rams minus 3.5 on this.
I was extremely surprised how well the Panthers stayed in that game.
It's true.
There's some problems on that defense. That offense is awesome. I don't think anybody says that. The Bears defense, though, most interceptions in the league, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, I think I think Stafford might actually struggle. I don't think the defense is great by any means. I just think they seem to be in the right place at the right time all year. Sometimes that's all it takes.
Look what they did in the second half versus the Packers. They completely shut them down. That was the defense, man. They gave them no breath. So I don't know. I think what I do in this game is we bet on a few, like Caleb Williams, like over 4.5 rushes at plus 112. I like that, because then if the Bears do win, we get a kneel or two there. Plus, he's good for about 3 or 4 rushes. He's been a little bit more aggressive with his legs as he sees things open up. I think he's getting more comfortable, to be honest. You can tell. Yep. Longest, how about rush attempts there as well? We got Blake Corum, always good for a couple rushes here and there. He's at 10.5 rushes at plus 120. He just made it last time, so maybe I stay away from that one. Remember, he just made it with that last rush, I think. That's what won us our money last week. So maybe we'd look at something else for Blake Corum, actually. And then Kyle Monangai, like, is he their bell cow now? Like, I mean, it seemed like he was on the field a lot more than I expected him to be versus DeAndre Swift. So Kyle Monangai is at over 8.5 rushes at plus 105. There's so much value in that, because in the red zone, they're going Monangai. Short yardage plays are going Monangai.
Man,
so
they have it's interesting. So not to cut you off on that, but like the rushing, it's very strange looking at this right now, because each team, the running backs, they're about 10 to 15 yards below their averages for all their numbers on these props. So I don't know if they think that they're just going to throw the ball all game long, both sides. It's possible, I guess.
Yeah.
But, Monangai, right? 35.5 is his over under. Average is 45.
He's sitting at like 50, right? Yeah. Exactly.
Swift is at 52.5. He's at 67, right? Kyron Williams, 57.5, usually at 72. So we'll see.
Yeah. They think it's going to be a shootout. So it sounds like
the passing yards are like 400.
No, they're not. They're not like crazy. I'm seeing Williams at 217.5, and I'm seeing Stafford at 267.5. Maybe you know what, dude? Let's do Caleb Williams again. He cashed for us last week by like 100 yards.
300 at plus 475.
Stop! Don't do this to me. You do. It works sometimes. I'll give you that. You troll. Let's just stick with Caleb Williams 217.5. All right, at minus 113. To me, that's awesome. That's a great pick right there. And if you want to go plus money, if you want to get greedy, you can go up to 225, and you're sitting at plus 108. I'm going to do that. Screw it.
So
let's go up the extra 8 yards.
So you think the Rams are going to win? And the reason I ask that is because
yes,
I kind of lean more towards the Bears, and I don't hate the Caleb Williams over 1.5 touchdowns at plus 110.
I like that as well. I was looking at that one as well. If you're going to be betting this game, I would bet on overs and quarterbacks. I really feel that way. Both of these, really, the Rams secondary, like you talked about, they're decimated, man. That team was in the top 5, I think, for the first like 11 weeks or something, and then they've fallen off the face of the earth since like week 13. They've been one of the worst defenses in the NFL. I think 26th. So you're talking about a diminishing defense versus a stellar passer that we saw in college that's finally making his throws. And I told you last week, Caleb Williams is going to show us that he's a real quarterback. He did. You agree with me now? Is Caleb Williams a real quarterback, or he needs about 4 more of those?
Excuse me? I've been a Caleb Williams fan for a long time. I have a autographed, authentic USC Trojan helmet in my house with his signature on it. I know
you do.
Huge fan.
How much are you selling it for?
Nah, whatever someone wants to give me over 3,000.
It sounds like they're thinking the quarterbacks are going to throw the ball. Who are they going to sling it to?
What if, since we just said last game, we think that there's going to be an offensive explosion? Is this the defensive struggle game, and everyone thinks that over is going to hit?
It very well could be. This one, can you imagine? I'm going to stick with what I think happens in this game, and I think it does end up being a 27-27 kind of game, like I do. So I think we stick with the overs on some of these yards. We stick with the overs on the passing, and I think it starts with the quarterback. So Caleb Williams over 224.5 is the move to go, because we're juicing it a little bit. You can get it at 217.5 at minus 110. You get a little vig, or you can go for plus money. We're at plus 108 at 225 for 8 yards. I'm taking that juice. Dan likes over 1.5 touchdowns at plus 120. I love that too, dude. That's a good
plus
bet.
110.
I might
Yeah,
follow
it's
you.
plus 110. But yeah,
I got it at 120 at the score.
well, that's good.
So yeah, so it's 120 over here in Vegas. They don't like you. And then we're going to go to our receiving props. You got to look at these receivers, and the yards are going to go somewhere, obviously. So
what about Loveland?
I know, I'm looking at it. That's a lot of yards, man. 55 yards. Does he do it again? He stepped up huge last week.
You know what I like?
Cole Kmet.
No.
They're going to be busting up Loveland on the line. Cole Kmet can sneak out and get some balls.
I like Loveland over 20.5 longest reception.
That's not bad. He's exciting. When he gets the ball in his hands, he is electric. I totally agree with that. That's a decent bet. I'm not going to follow you on it. I don't like to do the longest catch too often. And I think I already did one today, so I'm not going to dip in that jar twice. It's too stressful for me because every time they catch it, I'm like, that's like 21 yards. Then they're like, all right, that catch goes for 19. And I'm like, God damn it, dude. So, Kyle Monangai.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but what about his receiving?
I was looking at it right now, actually. I'm glad you brought it up. So Quorum's at over half. We did this like 5 weeks in a row. We got to do it. I'm doing it no matter what. All right. Quorum went 4-1 for us on this bet, by the way. Blake Corum over a half catch is fucking plus 135. I'm going to have to edit the shit out of this. I'm cursing way too much, but a half catch. You're just telling me Blake Corum, who has very good hands, he comes out of the backfield. Stafford does not shy away from hitting the open guys. He checks down like crazy. He's not even looking. He'll throw that way. Blake Corum, one catch. It's plus 135. Oh, God, yeah. I'm in. Sign me up, buddy. There's another one, too. Davis Allen, over a half yard receiving. You know, there's another
That's
one.
a little weird, right? The guy gets 11 and a half yards a game and his half yard. And then Xavier Smith's another one, 17.8 yards a game.
Well, Davis Allen makes sense because Tyler Higbee came back. So you have Tyler Higbee and you have Terrence Ferguson, the rookie, and you also got Colby Parkinson, who stepped up wonderfully. So I can see why Davis Allen fell down the pecking order. He really did. But he still gets on the field pretty decent. I'm not going to do that one. I will bet the other tight end on the Bears. I love Cole Kmet. I was a big Cole Kmet truther a couple years ago. Kind of broke my heart. They drafted Loveland, but it made total sense. So Cole Kmet over 8.5 yards at minus 130. That's worth the juice to me. And I think that's kind of for this game. I don't know. Maybe we do Devontae Adams over 52.5 yards. I like Devontae Adams. He's really impressed me this season. I kind of thought he fell off a bit. He did not. He's pretty legit still.
He just got lost in the shit in Vegas. He still had decent numbers for as terrible as this team was out here.
And always Santos made us money this year too. So another bet if you guys are still jonesing. You got Cairo Santos over 6.5 points at minus 110. I mean, sure. I mean, you're going to get 3-4 touchdowns, right? If we're mapping it out the way it goes, there's 4 points there and 1 field goal. Yeah, you had me at hello. So, yeah, man, the Eagles lost. I'm really upset about it. It's kind of expected, but at the same time, it always sucks. Any other updates for this weekend? I don't have many.
No, I think I'm excited to see what happens. Hope Ricky plays in that game.
Me too.
And not just comes back and as a decoy, like comes back because he can actually play. And I think if he does, it'll make it a much better game. And I think 49ers may actually be able to win. So
if he's not, please look at your books for Demarcus Robinson. I'm comfortable going anything over. I see him getting 35 this game or more. So I'm very comfortable going Demarcus Robinson.
I mean, there's probably an argument that he may even play even if Ricky does play too, right? Like,
no, he will. But and if that's the case, if Ricky's playing, go for him at 25.5 and up. That's it. Don't get aggressive. You see him 35, 40, don't do it. If Ricky Pearsall's out, go ahead and, I don't hate it. Over maybe even 50, but that Seahawks defense is pretty goddamn good. So I like where we spread it around. So here's my thing. I think Broncos win. I think San Fran Seattle has a hell of a game, but I think Seattle pulls it out. I think you're in agreement with that one. Texans Patriots should be under. We're going over. All right. Otherwise, I have no idea who wins this game. I think the Patriots do. But I'm rooting for the Texans only because I do love D'Amico Ryans, former Eagle and former great linebacker, man.
Super Bowl winning Eagle or no?
Huh?
Was he Super Bowl winning Eagle?
No, he was not, Dan. Oh. No, he was not. Goodbye, everybody. Thank you so much. Follow us on Twitter, bshells13, Dan's D Ambrose 04. We can't thank you enough. Your patronage is wonderful. All right. Thank you very much. Goodbye, everybody.
Different magnetic. Yo, my raps vaulted, here my memory banks that never be released. Box cut inside the apple, you're in for a treat. Paper cuts in a vicious way, running back, dead giveaway.